Hello, again. Welcome to the Sandwich Shop. It's a show about news every week, and maybe at some point other things. But this week, we're a true sandwich. We've got an O in the middle and two J's on the side. It's a good sandwich. Ollie Savile's here.
How is that a sandwich?
I don't know, but
We're the bread.
We're the bread.
You're the hummus.
Yeah, right. And Jacob Dickens is here.
Yeah.
Is a hummus sandwich a thing?
I don't know.
It sounds pretty gross. I'm Joel Loynes. Sandwich Shop. News.
We still have no sandwiches.
No sandwiches.
No real sandwiches.
I've got a sandwich in there, but I'm not bringing it in here to slap it on.
Fuck it on the table.
I hate tomatoes, so I'll just slap the tomatoes on. Anyway, guess what?
What?
A week has happened. Things have happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened this week?
I know a few things.
As you just told us.
Things. But Overwatch happened this week.
Overwatch did happen this week.
The beta is out.
I made the mistake of watching some of it.
Mm.
I want to play it,
Too bad.
but I
I've
can't play
literally
it.
just watched some of it. And
It's too bad. You're never going to get in. It's a closed beta.
It's Hearthstone all over again. And it's even harder because they're not handing out beta keys this time. They're literally just
No.
flagging your account for it.
Mhm.
So it's not like you can win a contest, or I never would have thought of buying one, but you can't buy them now either. And that's kind of why they stopped.
Yep.
It's because they don't want people selling keys on eBay for like a couple £100.
Yeah, when the game's going to be free.
Yeah.
It's like, but it looks pretty cool.
It does look
it
cool.
does look good. I was just saying, I particularly like the art style
Mm.
on it.
The main complaint I've heard from it so far is that the maps favour some characters over others.
It did seem that way.
Like snipers may...
I thought with the character matchups and that, I thought that was just that some characters were better suited at fighting other ones, but maybe it is the maps. I guess that could be a thing.
Yeah, but so my account is supposedly flagged for a beta at some point.
You bastard.
But who knows when that'll actually happen? They just seem to be rolling in people.
I'm the Blizzard fanboy.
Well, we can all play it together when it comes out. There's no rush.
So I only saw 2 characters on it,
Yep.
which were the gorilla
Winston.
and the
And-
large knight type fellow,
Reinhardt, the dude with the hammer.
and that one.
Yeah.
And what I was saying to you is, I think maybe it might, don't know if it'll get annoying having people able to select multiple versions of the same character
Yeah, well,
in the match.
but that's very Team Fortress 2.
Yeah,
That's
we talked about it. Maybe would it fare better with a MOBA kind of system?
yeah, but at the same time, like the game seems so Team Fortress 2E. Like a lot of people have compared it to Team Fortress 2. It's like at some point changing a character so that there's like multiple
it's just
heavy
an
characters.
anticipating playing as a small little sniper and coming up against a team of 5 gorillas, and,
Yeah, no, but
and you can't win.
Well, no, but
You
that's
can't beat the gorillas, Joel.
No.
yeah. You can't beat the gorillas. The
Have
gorillas.
you ever tried to fight 5 gorillas as one man?
Yes, I bet I could take them.
Next week on the Sandwich Shop,
You wanted segments for the show? We found ourselves
Joel
one.
fights 5 gorillas.
I'm gonna fight 6 gorillas.
Oh,
Just
man.
watch me.
Overwatch you.
I'll yeah. But do you know who's not got Overwatch coming out?
Who's not?
Nintendo.
No, they don't,
I wouldn't expect them to.
because they don't do PC.
They don't do PC, but they are doing mobile.
They are now, yeah.
Yeah, they have
I
announced
briefly saw that.
Yes.
their first iOS game called Miitomo,
Yes.
which is a free-to-play social game with Miis.
Mhm.
And you'll be able to buy cosmetics and various things for them.
Right.
When you
Chat
say
to your
buy-
friends.
Are you saying microtransactions?
I am saying this thing is fucking filled with them to the wazoo,
This
and the Nintendo.
Should have known.
I can't remember the Nintendo. I should have written his name down on my pad.
This is
But
a
I
mobile
didn't.
game to the core.
The new head of Nintendo was basically very blunt about that. It was like, yeah, you'll be able to buy like cosmetics and stuff and do things
With your real money.
Mobile games are mobile games. I guess it's kind of what you expect at this point.
Yeah, and then obviously like NeoGAF and 4chan and like to keep track of like stocks and stuff like that for some reason, even though a lot of them don't really know. Yeah, they don't really know what they're doing. Like can just look at the numbers and they can just go, oh, that looks bad. Oh, it's in red. So Nintendo's like stocks online, it kind of like dropped because they said like, oh yeah, this isn't coming out in 2015 anymore. It's coming out in 2016. I think people are panicking over Nintendo moving to mobile, or people are preemptively saying like, oh, Nintendo should move to mobile and that should be it. Like, but at the same time, and then people are complaining like, why didn't they just put Pokemon? Why didn't they put Mario there and stuff like that? It's like, that's coming. The Pokemon Go is next year.
Yeah.
You aren't going to get full Nintendo games
Just
on
something to
mobile.
get your foot in the door, at least.
Yeah, it's literally like tasters. Like, here's what we do on our things. Please buy our things.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you've mentioned that you can buy things in this. What do you actually do?
It's effectively like a chat app, from what I can tell.
Okay. So you can talk to people and you
Play
have
games with them and
Bleh.
stuff like that.
Okay, so it's kind of Me Plaza.
Sort of, in
I
a
guess
way.
it's free,
It is free.
so it's like
It's
you
like
can't
there's-
really complain that much.
No, there's
But it does not sound exciting.
no, it doesn't sound exciting to us, but at the same time, it's like,
Is it supposed to be like a chatty thing for kids?
I think it's just Nintendo, like, putting their
Experimenting,
foot down,
kind
yeah.
of.
MSN Messenger 2015, made by
Yeah.
Nintendo. What am I listening to? You can put that on there. No?
Yeah.
Did you guys use MSN?
I use,
Oh,
I
yeah,
use
I did.
MSN a lot.
Yeah, man.
You
That's
know,
a-
every letter was a GIF.
Have a really insightful 12-year-old quote as your screen name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was always grow old or die trying, with another quote after it.
Because we're so cool.
It's so cool. And my font was lime green, so no one could read it. No, I think Miitomo is a good
It's
a good first start for Nintendo because, don't come out with a bang. You're
Yeah.
going out with your bang is Pokemon Go next year.
Yeah.
This is Nintendo saying we have this new service because they just announced their new service, My Nintendo, which is replacing the Nintendo Club, whatever it
Club
was.
Nintendo.
Oh,
Club
yeah.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
that's it. This is like, let's get everyone fucking signed up for this so we have as many users as possible, and then we have our own service within these other devices to give tasters of what we want, and I bet that links in with the Nintendo NX.
Yeah, I think that's a sound
Consider,
assumption.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I'd honestly forgotten
yeah.
that was a thing.
But considering like,
Not really heard much.
no, but like considering like a lot of people have been rumoring and stuff like that, like it's gonna be, it's gonna have a mobile capacity to it.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. And
Yeah.
like we said, it's kind of this first thing is basically just like a get yourself started sort of thing.
Yeah.
Foot in the door.
And it's 20, Nintendo and DENA or DENA,
Oh, yeah.
the company they partnered with, they have a deal. They're making multiple games. Multiple
Yeah.
games will come out.
Yes.
This is just them putting their foot in the door to say, Nintendo is here. We're gonna party.
Though in typical Nintendo fashion, they're not like kicking the door down. They're just
No.
kind of opening it, being like,
Can
"I'm
we
here.
Yeah,
Let's do it."
come on. Beep, boop.
Yeah.
But do you know what's kind of fallen out the door? A little bit.
I missed the segues from last week.
Yeah.
This is
A little bit. Just a tiny bit. There's
what's
been
fallen in or out of the door, Joel.
Fallout 4.
It's slowly been leaking through the door.
It's just very
It's
slowly.
been leaking under the door.
And all the games media have gone, oh, there's a mess. Oh, look at all the things.
Get the bounty.
Get the Let's mop it up and put it into our mouths and then regurgitate it as news.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ollie did this morning with his whiskey.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, no, everyone's freaking out over the fact like the Xbox One control scheme has leaked and a couple achievements have come out and I think a menu screen has leaked as well. It's like,
Fuck it, I'm done.
oh,
It's over.
Let me
You got, what, a week and a half, a week
yeah.
to wait?
Yeah.
It's like,
Who
but-
cares about it?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, like, why is all this news? Why?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's out in a week and a half. If this was happening months ago, maybe it would be some
Yeah.
news.
But, like when the game actually
But
went gold.
I'm pretty sure this happens with every single game.
Yeah, and it's, you know, GameSpot's, it's like 3 of their top news stories are like different articles about screenshots.
What does
and-
it mean? What's the deeper meaning behind the colour of the text on the menu screen?
Let's analyze it in a rewind theatre. Here, keep it locked on IGN.com. Probably get sued for that. I don't know. We're joking.
We might
Yes.
bleep that.
That's
We
right.
probably won't though.
We
Probably
make
won't.
fun of far more successful video game
Yeah.
establishments here.
Take that, Polygon.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely don't use them as sources for all our news.
No.
Yeah, totally no. But do you know what happened in the last week?
More things.
More things happened in the last week.
What happened, Joel?
Paris Games Week happened.
It did.
And
yes.
it was... I watched Sony's conference.
That was like the only noteworthy thing that really
Yeah, well,
came
aren't we
from it.
supposed to be hearing more from No Man's Sky?
So, No Man's Sky.
So I remember the rumor going around that it was going to get a stealth release, and they kind of rubbished those claims.
Yeah. So No Man's Sky is like the most interesting thing here because no one has played it.
Yeah.
No one's played it. They cancelled their Games Week or Game City appearance in the UK. Even on live television, Stephen Colbert didn't get to play it. No one has touched it.
A scary prospect.
Like Paris Games Week, apparently it's now coming out June 2016.
Yes. That was one of the
Okay.
bigger bits of news I think that came
Yeah,
out of it.
like, and I think it's gonna have VR with it.
that would be so cool.
So that's the PS4 release date.
Yeah, that's a
because
PS4 release date, and
It's getting a PC release date.
Yeah, PC
but
release
or
date.
later.
I think that might be later on, but like, there's various things coming out now, like people saying like development's troubled, and oh god, this is way too ambitious for.
Yeah, it's definitely a big undertaking, I
Yeah.
believe, making a game like that. So,
But like the conspiracy here is like, yo, why has no one fucking played this?
that's
Why
what I
will
was
they
thinking.
not let-
Initially, when you said that, I was like, it's like when people don't send out review copies.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's
why,
ooh.
why haven't you let anyone play this yet?
Yeah, it's like, but I think the game exists,
Oh yeah.
but my cynical side is there like, yo, that game's never fucking coming out. Like,
Would they
that
have
game,
given
like-
a release date that honed in if it was in such a bad
I
way?
think that's Sony giving them an ultimatum. Like, genuinely, I think
Get it
that's
out in whatever state.
yeah, like get it out. We'll deal with it when it comes round to it. But like, I bet that team really do not want to release this game on so much hype that it has,
Yeah.
so much expectations.
Yeah, for me, it's not the question of is it going to get released. It's like, how can it live up to the hype?
Yeah, but how can
It's an
anything
issue.
live up to the hype at this point? Like, yo, that game probably isn't going to be what anyone's expected.
Especially with you saying about how it might tie in with VR as well.
Yeah,
Because
like-
it's such like a vibrant looking
yeah.
game. It'll look absolutely incredible on a VR.
And Sony seems to be like pushing VR a little bit more, and like especially at Paris Games Week. So they announced Until Dawn: Rush of Blood.
Is that DLC?
No, it's a new Until Dawn experience, but for VR.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
a on rails like fright house, like
Yeah.
horror
when I
house
was
sort of thing.
When we were at Eurogamer, they had the VR headsets, but
Yeah.
there was one that they weren't showing off because they said that they couldn't show what was happening in the game because it was too scary to have on the show floor. Maybe that was
Yeah,
that.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
The Until Dawn team were working on something, and then so I watched the little developer diary about it. and
Right.
The guy, I think the developer of it, some guy there, was like, yeah, we wanted to do something with VR, and Until Dawn gives us a lot of leeway with various things. But do you know what is also getting VR? Tekken 7.
Oh,
You what?
Yeah, Tekken 7 is gonna have VR.
That sounds the best.
I don't understand
That
I don't
sounds
understand-
amazing.
I don't
Are we
understand
get-
either.
Are we going inside the character? Are we being the characters?
Fucking hope so.
Fuck, could you
Are we
imagine?
just being a spectator there watching?
I want to be.
First person,
I want to be a boxing velociraptor.
yeah, like, I want to fucking kangaroos and
Sure.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, but-
Literally play as a bear
yeah, like, and also then you get
hitting a panda.
you get to like, but like, imagine like
You've
the
sold
VR.
me.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the VR experience, looking down at your hands,
What have I done?
like, and then you're an
These
old man,
hands.
and then it comes with like a little headset on top, like a little paper thing, and you
So
feel
you
on
have
top
the hair,
the hair on top,
the wings,
the wings, and
yeah,
like
the
feel on
Heihachi
top.
wings.
Hayachi, yeah. You can go,
I'm just
"Ooh."
wondering if it will be like that, or if you will be a spectator. I don't
Yeah.
mean a standard view, but you
Watching
can
it, and you can just
you
look
can
around the stage a
look
bit.
around
and
the arena.
Yeah. So, did you either of you watch the conference at all?
I saw bits and pieces.
Yeah, I fell
I've
asleep
seen
watching it.
I watched the
something coming
Tekken
out
stuff.
of it,
I watched the Tekken trailer for Tekken 7, saying it was coming to consoles. I watched the Street Fighter 5 Dulcim reveal.
Yep. And then they did that weird thing with Harada. Yes, Harada's going to be in Street Fighter 5, the developer of Tekken. And it was just a bit weird. It was like Ono was just like, this is such a good joke, and it just fell flat on the audience. And we were all back home like, this is so fucking weird. What is going on?
Yeah,
But guys,
And then, yeah,
what
I
about
saw-
Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
that's it's still
Yo,
on life support.
yo, I don't think that's like
It's
as
an
much as
idea in their mind.
as much as No Man's Sky. I believe that thing's like the cynical side of me is like that thing's never coming out. Tekken Cross Street Fighter, the whole of my brain is like, yo, that thing never fucking existed. This was just a thing. This was
I
just a
mean,
massive ploy.
The kind of stuff they did show for it at the very start when they kind of announced it, it was literally just like, it was Paul's model with his gi turned white, and they just slapped a Ryu face
Yep.
on it. And it was like, yeah, it's what we think it'll look like.
Yeah,
And that's kind of all there's been for it.
but like Tekken 7 itself.
That was supposed to come out like initially like what 3 years ago?
What's Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
Because I remember the release schedule was
Yeah,
it was
Street-
Cross Tekken, then Tekken Tag 2 the next year, and then Tekken Cross Street Fighter the year after that.
Yep.
So, you know, it's supposed to be like 2014ish maybe.
Yeah, so where so
2013.
so it was so they've done Tekken Tag
Tekken Tag 2 was so far away
2012.
now. Yeah.
Tekken Tag 2 was 2012,
Hmm.
and then after that they did. Was there any Tekken games in between this and Tekken 7?
I mean, Tekken 7's been in arcades for bloody ages now.
Okay, so it's Tekken Tag 2,
Hmm.
Tekken 7.
Tekken Cross Street Fighters.
I would expect it maybe never.
Yeah,
Sure.
it was something that initially I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. I'd like to see how Street Fighter characters would go into the Tekken engine, even though kind of previous examples of them being in 2.5D fighters haven't been great. Like
No,
the,
because it's like-
EX series with your
it's like-
favourite Skullomania.
Yeah, but but the thing with Tekken in Street Fighter is that any projectiles in Tekken you can
can't
just
have 'em.
sidestep out
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
It's pointless. And
Mm.
Street Fighter's all about projectiles. So
Yeah.
unless like the Hadouken was targeting you,
Homing
constantly,
Hadouken.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
Or just a giant wave.
yeah. I think they didn't think it through. Unless like they cut down the.
It's probably just some kind of deal that they cut and were like, yeah, we'll use your stuff for our game. You can use our stuff for your game.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I guess Namco were like, oh wait, this might not work.
But jumping out of Paris Games Week for just a second,
Mm.
while we're on the Tekken thing, Pokken
Fighters.
Tournament.
Has a
Oh,
boss
Yes,
character.
Pokemon Fight. So they revealed the boss character of it.
Yes.
It's a big edgy Mewtwo.
Dark
Well, it
Mewtwo.
would be Mewtwo, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was always
That's
gonna be.
basically like, and also
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen this actually.
Yo,
Whack
he's
up
big.
on it
He's
for
a
you.
big. He's a big
I'm
bad.
not remotely surprised.
He's a big bad. But like jumping straight back into Paris Games Week, the last couple stories here also like one with
That sort of thing. We
VR.
might throw a picture on the screen.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I've just shown Ollie.
The last thing with VR is Gran Turismo Sport.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to a couple other podcasts and stuff like that, and they were talking about Gran Turismo Sport as like, hey, why is this not Gran Turismo 7. Like, why is this not a numbered one? Maybe it's just a bit ridiculous, like, to call it that and stuff like that. I think Gran Turismo is now going to be, like, service. Like, hey, here's the Gran Turismo. Play it. We'll update it with stuff as we go along.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this will have VR in it as well. That's apparently, like, I think it's the beta is coming out next year.
Yeah, you know.
VR on that is something I could really get into.
Yeah.
VR driving games.
So I've done track.
Get me playing a lot more racing games.
Yeah,
to be honest.
So I've done track IR before, which is where you put a cap on your head and it's like got a little sensor and you move your head and it like figures it out where your head is and stuff. It's like VR without the goggles.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's great for driving games.
Yeah.
Like I'm shit at driving games, but at least like I can look out the side of the window like that and like, ooh, the car's moving, broom. And then the last story from Paris Games Week, because we're not going to go through everything because it wasn't great. Yo,
Dawson happened. It was average.
Uncharted 4's getting multiplayer. Who knew? There's a lot of banter. Banter, mate.
PlayStation banter.
PlayStation banter, mate.
Cool. Banter station.
I feel like that's going to be the thumbnail.
So yeah, David Cage's new game. Well, that studio, Detroit.
I love David Cage.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like Fahrenheit?
In
Indigo Prophecy?
like not in like it's a masterpiece kind
I
of way.
enjoyed
come on.
Fahrenheit.
Come on.
Heavy Rain?
I didn't play Heavy Rain.
Beyond Two Souls?
Yeah.
Didn't play
It's
any
kind
of
of
that.
like he loves his drama. In its stupid
But
drama.
he's so shit.
That's why you love it.
It's so bad. It's unenjoyable because it's so bad.
Like
I can't wait for Detroit to show. So Detroit is the new game from David Cage, which is a game about androids and cyborgs or something. It's basically building off that demo from that they showed originally, and yo, hey, let's use this white woman android as our pretext for racism to talk about racism within this world.
I'm sure that would be great.
Like they get onto the back of the bus and they have their own charging stations and like. Yeah, like,
I
hey,
don't know if I want to get into that.
David Cage, mate, come on.
It'll be a spectacle.
It'll be a spectacle.
At the
I
very
think
least.
David Cage is fucking tripe. Like, Heavy Rain has
It's
its good
enjoyable
moments, but it just goes on about 15 hours too long. It's just, he's never been able to.
It has charm to it, I feel
I've
like.
only played Fahrenheit, but I had fun.
Yeah.
Like, Beyond Two Souls was utter shite.
Donkulous.
Like, they're re-releasing Beyond Two Souls in a way that the story makes sense on PS4.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve or warrant a re-release. I don't think anyone was kind of clamoring for that.
Like,
But
David Cage, he can't make a video game. He can't. And he can't make a movie either. He should just give up. Go in a hole, maybe.
I will admit he's not as talented as you would like to think. But I enjoy his work nonetheless.
Well, you're wrong. And then, last story.
Mhm.
We're running in a tight ship here.
Yes,
Last
we realised
story.
it was like half an hour too long last
Yep.
week.
It's maybe about half an hour too long this time round. But you know,
Really?
growing pains. PSN Gold
Mm.
or PSN Plus. Sorry, PSN Plus. I wrote Gold down here.
Ah, yes. PlayStation
Um,
Live.
Yes, PlayStation Live. You know that hot service.
Yeah.
Those greens.
Mm.
So PSN Plus, the games next month or for November this month. Jesus. Walking Dead Season 2,
Yeah.
Magicka 2.
Which is funny because Xbox had Walking Dead Season 1 last month.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mass Effect 2, Beyond Good and Evil, Invisimals, and Dragonfin Soup. I know 4 of those games. There's one Vita game on there, and that's Invisimals.
And I've just looked up what Xbox has got as well.
Oh yeah, what have they got this month?
They have Pneuma, Breath of Life,
Right?
It's PN, so I don't know. And Dirt 3 on the Xbox 360, as well as Dungeon Siege 3 for the Xbox 360, and Night Squad for the Xbox One as well.
Oh, good. That sounds like a healthy
I don't know what any
selection
of these games
shit.
are. Yeah.
I think that this month is the month that they're introducing the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility.
That's a good question.
I think, considering that if you buy Fallout 4, you get a free copy of Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I
So
would hope so.
you would hope
At the
that would
very
happen
least.
at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all for this week. It's been a little bit of a rocky show because me and Ollie just feel like utter shite. because
Halloween.
Halloween happened. That's a thing.
Next week won't be after Halloween.
No, so we'll be all a little bit more alive, and time will be a thing that won't be an issue. But thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go fly now into the distance.
Because we're flyers.
I'm gonna cut these people up and put them in a sandwich.
Yeah.